Hey, everybody, and welcome back to In the Kitchen with Q. Today, we're stepping out of the professional culinary world into a space where many of us remember with a mix of fondness and, well, a little bit of fear. Your very first kitchen. Whether that was a tiny dorm room or a shared apartment or your first living experience solo, it's a universal rite of passage. It's where you truly begin to cultivate your independent palate. I remember feeling so vividly when I first moved out to Los Angeles in my early 20s. It was this exciting leap just into independence, into a new city, into a new life. But let me tell you, that independence came with a very real, very constant reality check. I was always on a budget. My kitchen wasn't gourmet, my appliances were minimal, and every dollar mattered. It was a crash course in culinary resourcefulness, and honestly, some of the most profound lessons I learned about food weren't from fancy recipes, but from making ends meet and getting creative. Today, we're going to explore that journey, the triumphs, the success, the lessons, and the simple magic of discovering your own way into your very first kitchen. That first taste of independence when it comes to food can be both thrilling and terrifying. One day you're eating meals prepared for you, and the next is entirely on your shoulders. You open the fridge and it's just empty, or worse, full of things you have no idea how to turn into a damn meal. I remember staring into my own LA fridge thinking, okay, this is it. It's on me now. And then there's the budget. Suddenly, every grocery store trip turns into a strategic mission. Quickly, you learn that ramen isn't just cliche, it's a budget friendly canvas. This period forces you to think about food differently. It's not about elaborate dishes anymore. It's about survival, sustenance, and stretching every dollar. It's about learning the absolute basics: how to boil pasta, how to scramble an egg, how long you boil an egg, how to make a piece of toast without burning the damn house down. It's a foundational boot camp for your palate and your wallet. This is where creativity truly flourishes. Whether it was a tiny dorm room with just a microwave or a shared apartment kitchen that barely fit a mini fridge, you quickly learn to make the absolute most of your limited space and appliances. If I were starting over today, packing that mini fridge or stocking that first pantry, here's how I'd approach it. Not with recipes, but with versatile essentials. I'd focus on things that can be transformed in multiple ways: a carton of eggs for quick protein, a bag of tortillas for wraps or quick quesadillas, canned beans for instant fiber, a sturdy head of cabbage, or a bag of spinach for versatile greens. See, it's about having building blocks. It's about having those essentials ready for you. And those hacks, you discover them by necessity. Learning to make a surprisingly decent meal with just a few basic elements, mastering the art of reheating leftovers so they taste just as good, or figuring out how to transform late night's rice into tomorrow's quick lunch. It's less about complex cooking techniques and more about smart thinking and maximizing what you already have. But these hacks, they extend beyond just what's on your plate. When you're living on your own, especially on a budget, or you just want to save a couple dollars, efficiency becomes a lifestyle, or you can make it one. For my meat eaters out there, here's a prime example. The rotisserie chicken from your local grocer, that isn't just dinner. That's a strategic powerhouse. One chicken can easily become the base for 3 to 4 days of different meals. Think of shredded chicken for salads, tucked in tacos, mixed with a little mayo for a quick sandwich, or tossed into a soup base. It's a huge time saver, a budget hero, and it takes the guesswork out of protein. And let's talk about coffee. And I want to give a special shout out to Saturday's Coffee in New York City. When you're pulling an all nighter or just trying to get out the door, the ritual might not always be there. Invest in the best instant coffee you can find. I'm talking about brands like Blue Bottle that have truly elevated the instant game. So it's not about compromising on quality, it's about optimizing for efficiency without sacrificing that crucial morning kick. The sound of that hot coffee hitting that mug, transforming into a rich aroma. is a small daily victory. Finally, a simple but mighty hack: food storage totes. Get a set of good, airtight, stackable food containers. Three might be all you need to start. These aren't just for leftovers, they're for batching chopped vegetables, storing your budget friendly staples, or packing a lunch that actually looks appealing. They keep your fridge organized, they reduce waste, and they make healthy eating so much more achievable because your food is visible and it's accessible. So it's about creating a system that supports you day in and day out. In college or during those first years of independence, food isn't just about meals, it's fuel. It's what gets you through those late night study sessions, the demanding new job, or the stress of navigating adulting. But how do we eat healthy when convenience and budget often dictate the choices? It's not about strict diets or complicated recipes. It's about principles. It's about recognizing that balance and hydration are your best friends, your go tos. It's about making conscious choices when you can start grabbing that apple over the chips, choosing water over soda or sparkling water. There are so many really great sparkling brands on the market that are just cool and have flavor and they're not boring. And looking for quick protein sources like peanut butter or Greek yogurt, love Siggi's. Siggi's, but Siggi's, I would start there. But any Greek yogurt can do you good. I also remember navigating dietary choices like trying to maintain a vegetarian diet or transition to one in a dining hall with limited options. So it forced me to really be aware of what I was eating, to seek out specific ingredients for complete nutrition, and to get creative with combinations. It's about listening to your body's needs, even when the external options are limited. When you live in a neighborhood, possibly where there aren't many options, there may be a few, but Trader Joe's isn't necessarily nearby, or there's not necessarily a Whole Foods in your vicinity. Doing the best you can with what you got. Beyond survival, food quickly becomes a social currency in those first independent years. The shared late night pizza with the roommates, the communal energy of a dining hall, or bringing a simple snack to a study group. Food is the glue that builds new friendships. And then there's the exciting, slightly daunting idea of hosting for the first time. You're not a gourmet chef. You're still figuring out how to cook for one. So this really is great for when you're trying to host that Friendsgiving. But hosting isn't about culinary masterpieces. It's about creating a welcoming atmosphere using what you learn from your budget and your limited kitchen. So maybe it's a build your own taco bar where everyone contributes an element, or a simple popcorn movie night, or just setting out a thoughtful platter of cheese and crackers, bottle of wine, laughter, conversation, glasses clinking, finger waves, all that. It's about the sound of plates being cleared together and just people getting together after a shared meal. The journey through your first kitchen, whether it's a dorm or it's that first independent apartment, is far more important than just learning to cook. It's a foundational course in life itself. It teaches you resourcefulness, budgeting, self care, and the profound value of nourishment for your body, your mind, and your connections. You learn to trust your own independent palate, to make choices that serve you, and to find creativity within constraints. These aren't just cooking skills, they're life skills. For anyone starting out or anyone who remembers those days, there's an old, beautiful truth, a question that rings out: how will you make it on your own? And after navigating those late nights, those tight budgets, and those small victories in your first independent kitchen, the resounding answer is clear. You might just make it after all. Embrace the learning curve, find the magic in the simple meals, and the ingenuity in the small spaces, and the joy in discovering your own independent palate. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the independent palate, navigating your first kitchen. If this episode brought back memories or sparked new ideas, please share it, rate it, and subscribe. Your support helps us share these stories. Until next time, keep exploring, keep creating, and keep finding the flavor in every single stage of life.